Hello everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker, and here we are once again about to enter Pitax, and as you can clearly see, yes, Lindsay's back in the party after that bit of a scare in the last session. Oh dear, but yeah, she's alive and well, as we found out at the end of the last session, but yeah, God bless her. So, the more eagle-eyed amongst you will know at this point that we have got all 5 pieces of the Technic League set, so we could hand that into the storyteller and get a story out of him, some XP and some gold, but I didn't want to start the session with a story from the storyteller. I wanted to dive straight into Pitax because, as we found out last time, there's various regions here. So I've decided that we're not going to go back to the main square and to the royal palace to confront Irovetti. We're going to actually go on a sightseeing tour of the city. Because why the hell not? So the Lonely Mansion, not sure, but this might be where Octavia's mother is. She's a noble. Nobles live in mansions. So we'll go there first. Then we'll go to the port, and then we'll go to the academy, and we'll finish up in the main square. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what these various areas are all about. Because I'm kind of intrigued. Maybe we can even do some shopping. Okay, so this is just one area. I've got a feeling this is Octavia's quest, but hey, let's first of all sort out the formation here. Okay, that's good. Now let's speak with the servant. You wish to see the Marchioness? Please follow me. Okay, we'll follow with just the 2 of us. Just the 2 of us. Dee 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 dee. Oh yeah, and Reggie as well.
Where to now?
He's part of the crew. Okay, forget that. Everybody else wants to come as well. Okay, fine. Marchioness Clarida della Fiorni. What is it? I wasn't expecting guests. A woman comes out of the back rooms in a dress that was once expensive, but is now moth-eaten and heavily mended. Her posture and gait give away a noble upbringing. She seems to be in her 40s, though some pain or suffering must have worn her beyond her years, leaving wrinkles across her face and grey in her hair. I am Marchioness Clarida della Fiorni. Welcome to my manor. I'm afraid I have nothing to offer you, nor do I have the honour of knowing you. To what do I owe the pleasure? Hello, mother, Octavia says, striding forward. Octavia? Gods! Octavia? Is it really you? It's been so many years. The Marchioness steps forward to hug her daughter, tears in her eyes, but she stops when she sees Octavia's stony gaze. You're Octavia? You're? My last memory of you is selling me to the slave traders, and you dare to call me yours? Cruel words, but fair. Octavia, my child, let me tell you what happened. Afterward, you may decide on your own what to do, even if it means you never wish to see me again. All I need to be happy is to know you are safe and sound. I'm listening. Okay, we're here to lead the conversation. How did Octavia become a slave? My father, may his soul rest in peace, was a very stern man. Some would say cruel. When he found out I was expecting the child of some adventurer, he expelled me from the house and cut me off from my inheritance. I scraped by on my own for 3 years, sewing, teaching, and the like, but then father discovered he was dying, and the Della Fiorni line would end. So he told me he would leave the full inheritance to me if I would only get rid of my disgrace. Get rid of you. And so you did. Traded me for an inheritance. I see. Nobility, to be sure. Reggie's spitting on the floor. No, it wasn't like that at all. I had a plan to deceive him, you know? I made arrangements with a man from the Technic League. He was supposed to take you to Numeria, keep you there until my father died, and then bring you back. I was trying to do what I thought was best for you. Do you understand? I wanted you to grow up in your own manner, in luxury rather than poverty. But once father was gone, the man from the Technic League said he didn't remember any such arrangements. He said he bought you, had already sold you, and had no idea where you were anymore. Okay, we'll get to this bit, but so she mentioned her father being an adventurer. Who was Octavia's father? A pathetic wretch and nothing more. A visiting elf swept a silly young girl off her feet, then vanished as soon as he learned she was expecting. I care not to even say his name. Well, he at least made one good thing in his life, right? There are potions for those who don't wish to have children. They aren't expensive. And what would I have done then? What would I do without you? Reg, not now. Elquist, taking back over the conversation here. Why didn't you buy her back? I had no idea where she was. Octavia, believe me. I continued to look for you all these years. I spent all of the inheritance hiring sleuths and investigators to scour Numeria and the River Kingdoms for you, but you were nowhere to be found. I knew you were still alive. I could feel it. And I never stopped searching. I just wanted to see you again, just once, to at least beg your forgiveness. Well, Octavia, you've had the full story. I am assuming you've finished. What say you? Putting her on the spot. Not even giving her time to think. What is there to say? Mother, you're such a fool. You think we wouldn't have done fine without a title? I'd have grown up, learned some craft. We'd have been poor, probably, but at least we'd have been together. Oh, looks like she's forgiven her. To some degree. Will you stay? At least for a little while. There's so much to talk about. Isn't it dangerous for you here, though? With just a couple of servants? There's a lot of disquiet in Pitax right now, and trouble all around. Magical beasts, barbarians. I live in Stagfall now. Have you heard of it? It's recently established. Maybe you can move there. I'll be able to tell you what I've been doing all this time and show you all that I've achieved. Stagfall? As you say, my child, I'll begin packing immediately. I'll be waiting. Oh, well, there you go. Who doesn't love a happy ending? I mean, it's all very quick, and but at least they can catch up properly once we've dealt with Irovetti. I'll give the order to pack and call for a carriage immediately. See you soon, Mother. So ecstatic she did a twirl. Right, okay, so that is... I almost feel like, is there stuff to loot here? Any heirlooms? Talk to Octavia. We'll talk to Octavia when we're back in Stagfall. Is this door shut? Okay, so that's one quest updated. Should be near the viewing point in the palace gardens. Okay, not a problem. So that's the first thing sorted. I don't know where Aymar would be. Maybe in the Academy of Arts? Okay, so we're going to go to the port first. Maybe this is where we find out about the citizenry and what they think of Lindsay's work. Oh, this is a very large area. There's loot lying around here already. Like there's been a fight. And we have merchants. Oh, hang on just a second. Is this time for us to start spending some of our fortune? How much fortune, you say? Almost 1.5 million. Oh, and there's a tavern too? Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, I know where we are. I think. Oh no, I don't. I'm getting confused. I thought this is where we had the fight with all those propagandists, but that was Little Town. Clearly not here. Anyway, I'm just going to loot and plunder some stuff. I'm sure they won't mind. Ooh. Perception check. Don't know what we're perceiving exactly, but something. Oh. Okay, excellent. So we have a merchant and a tavern. Let's see what's on the actual pier, shall we? Not a great deal, must be said. What?
I can't.
Okay, a step back, people. A step back here. He has to make a reflex save for this to stop.
Share your troubles.
Jesus, that was awful. Right, okay. It's Lindsay's turn to try with some help.
How may I help?
So DC 44 chest is that? Oh well. I suppose we won't find out what's in there unless we remember to come back here. Once we've leveled up. Never mind. Right, first of all, we're going to check the merchant out. The Path of Splendid Glory. We've already seen that. We've looted that from the palace. Utter tosh, I tell you. First Mate Weller, a dark-haired, middle-aged man with a sailor's gait, trimmed beard and a grumpy face, is blocking your way. Sir, my name is Weller, and it is my honour to serve as first mate aboard the pirate ship called the Prestigious. I'd like to ask you for a favour. Help me save my merry crew of sea dogs from drowning in the bottom of their bottles. Can I count on your help? Without you, my crew will drown in drunkenness and decadence. What appears to be the problem? There, pointing at the drunken pirates. Our crew has placed an order. A wizard named Blakemore. Agreed to create a grimoire for us, a book, but more a masterpiece of art. We're supposed to meet him at this tavern 2 or 3, well, several days ago. But he hasn't shown up. Worse, we have no idea where we should look for him. Blakemore is an ordinary man, an extraordinary man, full of amazing stories, but he's jealous of his solitude. In truth, if the whole crew stays here drinking, waiting for him for days upon days, and if it goes on like that, why, we'll lose our image as honest pirates. What respected client would want to hire us then? It's long past time for us to set sail, but Captain Martin will hear nothing of it. He won't leave without the book. I need your help. I have to overthrow the captain and take command, but I am not the most popular man in the crew. If Martin is like an amusing and irresponsible father for the sailors, I am the strict mother ready to put her rolling pin to use. I need someone who can persuade the sailors to take my side. There aren't many who support me now, just those who want to fill our sails with southern winds. It's true. We live in an age of decline and decadence. I'd wager you're curious what you'll stand to gain. I'll answer you. Robbing raids are a thing of the past for this ship and her crew. We'll dedicate ourselves to trading elite art pieces. This is a highly profitable business, and that's just as true for anyone drawing taxes from our vessel. If you help me, then after I become captain, I'll pursue this business under your banner. But this will only work if I'm captain. I can't speak for Martin. He's always preferred robbery over honest trade. Yes, of course we know about this Blakemore fellow. We met him and couldn't get back into the floating door. So asking for a bit more information about the situation. Okay, I'm ready to tell you whatever you wish if it helps you to help us. Yeah, Blakemore's asked for one more week to finish the grimoire. I've already spoken with him. Have you seen him? You've spoken with him? And you didn't take the book? Oh, no. I'm sure he's long gone by now. You should have taken that damn book away from him. Where will we find him now? Everything is lost. Yes, who exactly is this Blakemore? I've heard many accounts, and I don't believe any of them. Let's just say Blakemore is a living phenomenon. If you listen to him for 5 minutes, you'll hear the most impossible stories any dreamer's mind could ever produce. But at the same time, he's an extraordinarily gifted wizard, and a skilled artist. I can attest to that personally, I'm pleased to say. Tell me more about this grimoire. Not much to be told. It's a book. Big, beautiful, covered with calligraphy. Knowing Blakemore, I bet it's full of magical surprises, but its main value lies in the perfection of the visual aesthetics. I sound like an artist, don't I? As you can see, throughout the years, I've become well versed in manners of art. I've practically grown to love it. I see. Tell me more about your ship. You won't find a more glorious pirate ship anywhere. We're not some pathetic bandits who attacked fishermen and cargo ships full of cabbages. The prestigious chases only art. Pieces of art, I mean. I was never a big admirer of art, but when I learned how much the nobles are willing to pay for it, their aesthetics and beauty just overwhelmed me. Usually, we've been selling most of our loot to the King Irovetti. Speaking of which, Blakemore's grimoire was commissioned by Irovetti too. Interesting. Alright. So what does he want us to do? Convince the pirates to... Oh. Look at that hat! Sure Donfia would approve. Right, first of all we'll speak with Der Blutmond first, and then we'll go upstairs in the back rooms. We'll speak with Captain Martin last, to see what's happening here. What do you want, mister? Who are you? And who are you? I'm a pirate, a sailor on the prestigious, just a sailor. Sailor Blutmond, if he pleases you. Satisfied? Yeah, what do you think of your stay ashore here? We should never have relied on Blakemore's punctuality. He's a special person, that one. But never expect him to know what time it is. As for me, I don't care, as long as there's enough beer. Yes. Yes, you talk about Blakemore with such confidence. Do you know him well? By the Kraken. Okay, just stop yelling. Please lower your voice, mister. I'll tell you. But it's just between the two of us, okay? I was Blakemore's apprentice after I replaced his former servant, a deaf-mute kobold. I used to visit him. He even gave me the key to his hideout. But now some of them, mostly First Mate Weller, are angry with Blakemore. If they find out that I'm friends with him, they'll pay him a visit and take their stupid book. And Blakemore, he very much dislikes intrusions. Ah, well I know where he lives. perhaps you should hand the key over to me. Relieve yourself of the burden. This is my key. Why would I give it to you, oh curious one? Because you don't want to die of old age in this town. I was told by circus fortune teller that I would die at sea during a storm. It's calm today, so I'll live for now. Oh. Okay, it's probably worth 10,000 gold, and we've got 1.5 million. It's a lot of gold, is that, by the way? Like, we're just throwing it. We could try to threaten him. Reggie? Because the drunk crew won't notice if I break your neck. I was told by circus fortune teller that I would die at sea. As I said, it's still calm. I'll live for now. We were one short there. That's unfortunate. Obviously, we didn't threaten you with too much conviction, did we? Okay, fine. How about 10,000 gold pieces? In a single movement, Blutman manages to take your money and leave the key in its place. Right, farewell. Yes. 10,000. This bloody grimoire better be worth 10,000 gold, I tell you. If we weren't a millionaire, we wouldn't be throwing our money away like that, I tell you. Right, can we go upstairs? No. Captain Martin? Perhaps we won't speak with Captain Martin until we've gone back to Blakemore first. I don't know what we're going to possibly say to Captain Martin, but we don't wish to speak to him just yet. Unless that other guy is spinning us a tale. You know what? Just make sure we're not being made a fool of here. Ah, visitors, and whom do I have the pleasure of addressing? My name is Captain Martin. There have been so few new faces in the tavern recently, for some reason. Can I be of any use to you? What are you doing here? We have a rendezvous with the most outstanding artist, but he is rather late. My croonies away to blow off some steam, or their bloodthirst will get the better of them. Is there any way you can help me? You see, not so long ago I commissioned a wizard named Blakemore to create a grimoire. It should be an amazing book, a masterpiece of calligraphy and fine art. Blakemore is a phenomenal genius, and author of some mighty tall tales. Alas, punctuality is not one of his virtues. He's not much good with people at all. Blakemore has lived too long a hermit. In fact, we don't know where he lives. But if you ever cross paths with him, and you can somehow bring back the grimoire to us, my gratitude would be immense. And of course, we'll immediately set off without disturbing the peace of these good citizens. Yes, well, let's not talk about Blakemore until we've revisited the site.
He's not waiting.
Yeah, bring the grimoire back to the captain. Not likely. Unless, if it's useful to us, we'll keep it. If it's not, then we might have to make a choice. Captain or first mate, who knows. But anyway, interesting. Academy next. How big is the academy? It's probably the only reason why we're here is for Aymar, I would have thought. Let's just make sure. Nice jovial music. Ah, there he is. We'll have a word with him in a second. Can we actually go inside the academy? No. It's a shame. Okay. So, Aymar then. Time for a wee chat, I think.
No mistakes.
As we sneezing here, as we surround him. Gone is the confident and well-groomed playwright who approached you at the Rushlight tournament. Aymar de Champs, who set you to defeat the river pirates, is pale and wan, and so he had not slept for days. He shakily runs a hand through his hair as you approach. It's just a terrible mistake. I owe you an apology and an explanation. He holds up a hand as if to request patience or to ward off a blow. Walsh Selvaway, the magistrate, knows that I have a way with words. Wouldn't think that now I'm stumbling over myself. He may be cruel, but he's devious. I think he wanted to test my loyalty and eliminate rivals at the same time, so he recruited me as a spy. It seemed natural, what with my husband in the guards. I couldn't just refuse. That would make me look like a threat to the state. The king is already putting the squeeze on the city guard hard enough, so that would threaten my Talwyn too. Now I've concocted a story to get you to attack someone on the pretense of piracy, knowing that it wasn't true. You need to get out of here before there's more trouble. I'm going to do what I can to make this right, though faster than you can say. Uh-oh, what the hell's happening now? Renshala Viscari, Aymar de Champs, shouts an approaching woman, her voice silencing all of the other conversations for 100 feet. It's Renshala Viscari, who had overseen the convoy you attacked, and she proudly wears light blue clothing embroidered with the heron insignia of the Riversong Trade House. You have the gall to show your face in Pitax after your slander and treachery. Who do I have to blame for this heinous attack on my shipments, my family, and my crew members? Oh dear. Oh dear. Causing quite the scene. It is this miserable actor. And who lines your pockets, I wonder? Who would stand to profit from my family's misfortune by hiring assassins? Oh my god, what the hell is happening? Stand aside. Make way for the King's Magistrate. The Honourable Walsh Selvaway makes his way to the conversation. Sergeant Talwyn Halmarian, keep the peace as I handle these miscreants. As for you, he says to Elquist, it is convenient that you have spared us the trouble of arresting you for sentencing. How dare you show your face in Pitax after launching an unprovoked attack on the Riversong Trade House, lifeblood of our city and pride of our kingdom? You have slain our people and threatened the prosperity of every citizen gathered here. It was not his fault. I accept responsibility for... Listen! Now, this villain has been poisoning the minds of our people, using doubt and venom to make us see ourselves as fiends when their mastermind stands before us. Points at us accusingly. Yes, proud citizens of Pitax, from this foreign miscreant stems all of these ills. Sergeant Talwyn seems baffled by what's happening, looking for guidance from Aymar. The latter looks back with sad resolve. But we are a civilized and high-minded people. Let us hear from the accused. This man, the playwright, he betrayed us. He hurt Renshala. He made us into bandits. Let him take the blame for his mistakes. Look at him, Elquist. That's love. If we don't keep Aymar safe, we'll have broken these two apart. I don't think I can sleep with that on my conscience. We may not be wholly to blame, but Aymar is not entirely guilty. Others' lives hang in the balance. It is only right that we accept the blame to shield those who would otherwise suffer. Okay. Can we prove it? Okay, so we're not going to dob him in, clearly. And actually, we wouldn't mind taking the blame. I mean, what's the worst you're going to do? We're going to kill your king very soon. Well, I don't know. We'll probably get a choice, to be fair, but we're going to confront your king very soon. Yes, Mr. Sellaway, you are the one behind all of this, and I can prove it, says Elquist. I hope you can prove it, because I'm trying to think how we can prove it, but hey, obviously Elquist knows best. The red-handed criminal questions the judicial system? Very well. How do you refute the state's accusations? Right, here we go. Let's think very carefully. Okay, that's dobbing him in. This one seems most... we'll go with this one. You warned Renchala of an impending attack, not from pirates, but from me. It's as though you had hoped I would attack her and incriminate myself. I was prepared to condemn you for theft and murder, yet it is no trouble for me to add forgery to the counts against you. And even so, it is my sacred duty to protect the people against the foreign pretenders and predators from your lawless land. Ooh, Renchala steps forward. Forgery? You sent this letter directly to me, Your Honour. You warned me about Elquist, and I have received at least 10 letters from you before. The writing and the seal match. Why would the accused forge a letter that incriminates himself? No, you are blustering because you worked with this playwright to attack me. Although the crowd still seems moved by Judge Selvaway's rhetoric, a muttering minority begins questioning his narrative. Yes, and... Mr. Judge Selvaway, the Vascaris have long been a thorn in your side. You stood to gain from their fear, especially if you got someone else to do your dirty work. Your defense is that the people of Pitax are petty and treacherous? No, the Riversong Trade House has always been an honoured part of the community. It has nothing to fear so long as it is in King Irovetti's protection. It's no secret that the Riversong Trade House and the King have disagreed about his policies. His agents have put additional pressure on us to support him, and now we have this threat of foreign attacks to make us come crawling to the King for protection. And you told me of the so-called pirates yourself, Judge Selvaway. What could you have to gain by painting your own people as outlaws? Of course I warned against pirates. King Irovetti's soldiers patrol our territory to ensure the safety of all. Yet there are those who will exploit the river freedoms to attack our merchants. He turns to the crowd. Clearly our king was right to worry about foreign powers preying upon our people. Okay, the last option is to say that Aymar asked us to attack, which we're not going to do, so. We have presented our evidence. Surely now, Elquist says, turning to the crowd. You can see that I am not guilty. Do not forget that Pitax is a land of law and justice. The king's justice. As appointed magistrate and defender of the people, it is my job to declare you guilty. Judge Selvaway sneers in grim triumph before staggering back at the crowd's outburst. Clearly he was hoping for the grudging support of the onlookers, rather than hate you for attacking the Vascari convoy. Most people present seem to sympathise with you and blame Walsh Selvaway for framing you. He tugs at his sash so hard it nearly tears before spinning to leave. Run like the coward you are. I'm sure you'll get your comeuppance in due course, Judge. He may let you leave, but I do not. For the River Song. Oh dear.
Finish them quick.
What? Oh, we are. Okay, fine.
Got you.
Oh, Aymar is stood there in a bit of shock as corpses and blood and explodes all over the flagstones here. I was at fault. I was ready to accept the blame, but you never blamed me for anything. I don't understand, but I'm grateful. You could have abandoned me to suffer for my wrongdoings, yet you shielded me. I won't forget this. And here's Talwyn, Sergeant Talwyn. Puts a comforting hand on his husband's shoulder. I don't understand all of what just happened, but I'm sure my husband will be happy to explain it to me later. I can tell that he was in trouble and you stepped in to protect him where I might not have been able. I appreciate that so much, and I want you to know that we, the guards, are outraged with King Irovetti and his ever crueler policies. I think Walsh might have wanted to provoke me to revolt and use it against the guard. Anyway, please take this. Before I donned the uniform of Pitax, I wore this as a sellsword. Okay, and we're left with Renshala. We may not have met under the best circumstances, yet I think I understand why your people respect you. What you just witnessed was King Irovetti's idea of justice, and I don't care for it at all. Please, take this amulet. It will let the others of my family know that you are a friend. And she bows, and she leaves. Well, hey, River Justice has been served. Right, excellent. Talwyn's armor, medium armor, 10 dex, 10 armor class, sorry. Let's have a look here. Not bad. What's this amulet? Persuasion and athletics skill checks. It's one to keep when we have to cast an athletics skill check. Okay. So, what are we on? We're on 36 minutes, and this is my third recorded session of the day. So after all of this side questing, which was quite fortunate really, we've got it all done. Ooh, hang on, we forgot to loot the guards and stuff. Bard Battle of the Century, we've got some kukris. Okay, that'll do. To the main square. So what I was going to say is, yeah, first session of the day, we're coming close to 40 minutes, so my intention really at this point is not to start anything too adventurous at this point. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to get us into position where we, in the next session, we can continue to make our way through the Royal Palace. We will open the secret door, though, that we unlocked at the back end of the last session. Come on, there we go. It was up here, wasn't it? Yeah, this door here. So we will open this door and see what lay within. And in the next session, we'll clear it, and who knows, maybe we'll still have time to pop down to see Mr. Irovetti himself. I keep saying we're going to kill him, but I mean, I imagine that we'll get an alternative option. Because he's no more of a pawn, he's no less of a pawn, rather. Is there two doors here? Oh, there is. He's no less of a pawn.
I am prepared.
Oh. Oh. That sounds like were-rats to me. Okay, we'll deal with the were-rats now, because we're here. I thought this was perhaps the way to get round to the other side, because there's a door here that we can't get through. There's doors here. I think there's another door somewhere else too. But hey, maybe if you go down to the King's Chambers, it might come up the other side. I'm not sure. We'll have to look into that. But yeah, whilst we have the potential of just like two little rooms here, we might as well do these now.
Time for fun.
Oh, there's another door there. Look at that. Okay. Okay, hang on just one moment, folks. Doobie-doo. Let's do this properly. Another locked door with no knob. No lock in sight. Strange. Uh-oh, same again. Same again. And same again. Do these candelabras do anything? Anyway. Just bring everybody in first, just to make sure there's no candelabra switches. No. Okay, so the only way that we can possibly go is down here. So we shall do that in the next session. So yeah, looking forward to that. Just one quick heal. Perfect. So what we're saying is, yeah, Irovetti is no less a pawn than we are, than Armagh was, than Tristian was. It's all, you know, another pawn in the game of Nerissa, really. So we'll see. We'll see how the wind blows and how the conversation fares and what transpires within when we face him as to what we do with him. But it'll be interesting. So to find out what happens next, join me next time. Until then, see you soon.